What's up, guys? Thank you for joining us here on F1 America. Today we are talking about qualifying for the Miami Grand Prix. It's a lot of changes, so let's get into them. Guys, thanks for joining us here on the channel. We really appreciate all of your support and the continued growth of the channel. We're really loving this. So I just want to thank you guys so much for all of that. And yeah, so let's get into today's video. Basically our post-quali show. Man, guys, it was just a huge shakeup. I got to say the biggest biggest things to touch on is Charles Leclerc crashing. Again, he had another crash in practice. Was not a great weekend for him so far. Maybe he can turn it around during the race. We'll just have to find out. Yeah, he seems to be having a lot of issues lately. Been crashing the car, seeing some stuff going around about, could he potentially be a champion or contender for a championship? Maybe not this year, but in the future if he keeps making mistakes. Is it something with the Ferrari? But, Sainz maybe doesn't get as much performance out of the car that Charles does. But Charles, in getting that performance, he's really riding it on the edge every single lap, really every turn. And, so he's pushing the limits. He's crashing. The longevity of that, I don't know. I'd like to see him get it sorted a little bit more because I think he's a great driver, no question about that. And hopefully they'll have a good race tomorrow. And guess we'll find out. But Sainz will be starting in third, so that's a good start for him. I think they were expecting to be around third. That's what he said in the post-race interview. So, yeah, the other big news is Lewis Hamilton not getting out of Q2. And I believe that's on merit. Like, a little bit maybe. I think they could. I believe he probably could have. He just didn't have the performance in the car. Was not a great. They had a really good free practice 2. Not a great free practice 3, and then just couldn't turn it on for quali. So, it seems to be kind of their theme is they're just a little bit slower on the straights. But they tend to make up some decent stuff in race pace. So we'll see. Hopefully they won't be too far off the pace tomorrow, and Lewis can make up some points. And then the other big news, the last biggest news is because of Charles Leclerc's crash, Max Verstappen didn't get a fastest lap put in. So he ended up starting ninth on the grid tomorrow. It's a big change, I guess, considering the entire weekend. He's basically topping the charts and just having a blowout weekend as they have been all season. So to then, so he got a little squirrely on his first hot lap, had two saves, and then, backed out of it and went into the pit. I think he stayed in the pit a little too long. Obviously he did. But nobody knew that, Charles was going to crash, and then they ended up red flagging it and then just cutting the session because there was only about 1 minute and 36 seconds left. So that left him, and actually Valtteri Bottas didn't get a lap in either, so he's starting 10th. Yeah, man. So going to be interesting. I think if we look at fantasy, a lot of points for Max to make up some spots tomorrow. So you could get a lot of fantasy points if he makes a ton of overtakes, and still could win the race from 9th place, as we know. Yeah, so that's exciting. Fernando Alonso qualifying 2nd because of Max's misfortune, which I think is cool. I think he's really on it this year. Excited to see what their race pace is going to be tomorrow. Lance is a little bit further off the pace, but hey, he's doing good too. And then we got Checo Perez, who is on pole position. So overall winner today. He's only 6 points behind Max in the overall championship. So if he gets a good couple of places, or if he wins the race tomorrow, then he's going to be the new championship leader. So there's some battling going on between the two of them within, the Red Bull garage, which is really exciting to see. You guys know I'm a huge Checo fan, especially against Max in the Red Bull. So, when they're running away with the championship, essentially, is cool to be able to see that there is still some battle going on. Yeah, so excited to see what the race turns out tomorrow. We'll take a look at the rest of the starting grid for you guys here right now. In 20th, we've got Logan Sargent, the local boy. So not his best, qualifying. I know it's not what he'd want to. He grew up just about 18 miles down the road from the racetrack. So, yeah, I know he's wanting to perform better than 20th. So hopefully he steps it up and has a good race tomorrow. So then we have Oscar Piastri in 19th, Lance Stroll in 18th, Yuki Tsunoda in 17th, Lando Norris in 16th, Nick DeVries in 15th, Zhou Guan Yu in 14th, Lewis Hamilton in 13th, Hulkenberg in 20th, Alex Albon in 11th. And then moving on, we have Valtteri, top 10, right? Max Verstappen in 9th, Ocon in 8th, Leclerc ended up finishing 7th after the crash, Russell in 6th, Gasly in 5th, Magnussen in 4th. Great finish for the Haas. And then our top 3 again, Sainz, Alonso, and Perez. Guys, super stoked for the race tomorrow. We will see you back for a post-race show. And thank you guys again. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Yeah, just help us blow this channel up, man. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.